credible or very significant a thing to incorporate into products.
True.
But today there is a whole set of consumers who clearly say that no, we're not going to be using a product which harms
The
animals or
animals, yeah.
yeah, yes.
True. There is no argument that, the consumer preferences are changing so rapidly. And the best example, what you said, Body Shop. Who knew sometime few years back that, for marketing a fashion brand or to sell a fashion brand, you need to talk about, cruelty free or, vegan product, because vegan is associated with the food.
A lot of things. And they say that brides, in fact, they dress up the way they have imagined themselves since their childhood. And they
Right.
say men, they sort of dress up for a wedding um, as per, the choices or the desires of their near and dear.
So you have worked with brands like, I mean, we have been talking about Body Shop. So the whole marketing strategy is very different. You have worked with brands like Lenskart. So these are like very different brands. Like one is into the eyewear and one is into the fashion cosmetic brands. So how these marketing strategies are different from one another, Aradhika, if you just throw some lights on this, would really help our viewers and listeners on this.
Yeah, I think strategically, like I said, all brands are pretty much about the obsession and the focus on the customer. So that is what is consistent with all. So while tactically or certain marketing campaigns would be, the approaches will be different, because but it is a pretty much dictated by the consumer. Now, the Body Shop consumer is a premium consumer. The Lenskart consumer is also a premium consumer, but the Lenskart consumer is also it's also about being able to derive more value than maybe the Body Shop consumer, which is what actually dictates or decides the strategic approach, rather than the brand deciding it. Because look, the Lenskart vision is to be, the eyeglass for the entire nation, or for in fact the entire planet, at this point of time. And the choices, the preferences in terms of vision correction or the need of vision correction wasn't ever considered, the most important communicating factor. Because while vision correction, yes, absolutely, that is, but it's a given, it's table stakes. You need to address that, you need to solve for that without a question. What the whole aspect of talking about the brand, about Lenskart as this fashion accessory, this object that is going to enhance your personality, because it acquires occupies prime estate on your face. And how you look is pretty much decided by how those glasses are really going with your face, etc. So the aspect that one spoke about, or completely communicated or built, was the fashion accessory aspect. How many number of glasses, what kind of shapes, what kind of colors, whatever was in trend, etc. And I think that gave an absolutely new dimension to the way glasses were being marketed in the country. And that has been really accepted, really adopted very passionately by the consumer. Because see how there everybody now has more than two glasses. I mean, I know
Yeah,
the other big change that you will see, that a whole lot of women who were possibly wearing contact lenses, and I think this is proof of the success of this brand,
true.
that you will see a lot of women wearing glasses today, because glasses suddenly has become the cool thing.
Trend.
That was a vision that I think Piyush Bansal started with. And the amazing thing is that it has sort of come about.
And even
And
I see that kids are also very particular about, two, three
their
different
classes.
frames, because I have a daughter and she is like, now every 6 months I need a different frame. And they're very particular about, changing their frame because they want to look different. Right.
Absolutely, there are frames for different occasions. There are frames for usages, and multiple frames is now a reality. And I doubt that, say maybe our parents had too many multiple glasses. Maybe they
Right.
would have, say, for the purpose of, say, reading, or purpose of, so basically it was just the usage of vision, the aspect of vision correction.
So, yes. Also, Radhika, like when we work, so I'm just shifting the gears towards, being a woman and also being in the leadership roles are very different things. Being a woman, often you have to take career breaks for many reasons, like, I mean, raising a child, or you're going for a maternity, or support system, or so. So y- I want to know about from you, like, returning to work after a career break can be challenging, and often women take those calls of taking a break. How did you navigate the transition back into the professional spheres, particularly in these leadership positions?
I think that's yes, I think it's an integral part of one's professional life and personal life, of course.
Yeah.
And as someone who, did that, my personal take here is that you need to just incorporate it into your life as seamlessly and as naturally and organically as everything else. And I think while the private sector and the corporate sector is quite supportive today of women getting back to work and giving taking that break, uh, I think back then it was also, and because it was a longish break, I decided to take a longer break because I wanted to spend more time with my younger son. I had not done too much with my older one. So once I had two, I really wanted to, and we moved 3 cities in 3 years. So it
Okay.
was literally possible. Yeah, we moved. I mean, thanks to my husband moving from one to the other, I had to tag along, and it successfully killed all chances of me moving to a role or quickly taking up something professionally. But I think my vision or my whole philosophy was that whatever it is, and this has been my philosophy from the start, which is, you if thrown into the ocean or thrown into the water, the whole idea is that you struggle, you try and you will succeed. And resilience, that I think thanks to my upbringing, I would say, and my background, there is a certain very fundamental resilience that I have. I think I consider it a strength for myself,
Yeah. True.
that I tried, I threw my hands about, and while trying to swim, and at some point of time
Yeah.
I made it. I don't think there is a science to it so far,
Yeah.
because so many things in there. And as a mother, and of course, while it is different for different women, but something that will be universally accepted by all mothers is that they want to take care of their children properly. So they
True.
want certain house help, maybe, or whether it is through your parents or through various helpers.
Yeah.
But until you are absolutely certain or assured that your child is well taken care of, it's difficult for a woman to
Yeah.
focus entirely also on her on her career or her professional deliverables, while the home front is not taken care of. So I think my and I don't think I'm in a position to advise anybody, but I would say that whatever work it is, and because the way I started, initially it was not full time. I started to teach for about 1.5 years. I taught at fashion schools, and I just went about it, and every project that came my way. I also did various projects, whether it was content writing to strategic thinking, Yeah, and I got to interact with those teams, work on the product, and build some strategic tenets for the brand primarily. It gave a whole new aspect, it gave me an exposure to an absolutely new dimension. And later at some point of time, yes, I was able to draw from that experience,
True.
and it added on.
So, with this now, we will be moving towards a section called rapid fire round, which is pretty
Okay.
light and which is going to help our viewers and listeners to know you as a person a little more. So, the rules are we need to answer in one word here or
Okay, one
as
word.
minimum word as possible. So, shall we start?
Okay, let's try.
Perfect. What has been your favorite age so far?
Today,
Superb. What is your favorite work memory?
my first campaign on cruelty free, the petition that we were submitting to UN,
Mhm.
and India had the maximum signatures across the
Oh,
world. Yeah, we won the award for being the country which managed to get the maximum signatures from consumers, because it was a consumer led, and we were able to petition in the UN. I mean, of course, it was a global petition, but India contributed the largest number of signatures, second largest after another. So that was a huge, a huge proud moment, and I'm
superb,
very happy.
superb, amazing. What has changed the most since you have started your own?
The excitement of every day, because every day pans out quite differently. It can
Hmm.
pan out, and knowing that you are pretty much driving everything.
What advice would you give an employee on their first day of work?
I think the only advice I would say, like the day one approach, which is
Mhm.
every day is like day one.
Mhm.
It is also something I know that Amazon follows day one, which
Mhm.
is basically no complacency. Every
Mhm.
day is new learning, and approach it with the same fresh sort of another person who really talks about it. Of course, he doesn't say it in as many or these words, is Amitabh Bachchan. I think he talks about like how every day on set he just feels that he'd approach it with that uh, first day sort of enthusiasm and interest, and that effort.
If you could not work in this industry, what profession would you pursue?
I would have been a chef.
Oh,
Yeah. In fact, I also won the MasterChef Delhi
oh,
sort of, because in those days, there was no MasterChef India,
okay,
and MasterChef Australia judges were traveling, and there was a sort of a MasterChef contest in three cities,
superb,
Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai, and I won the Delhi chapter.
amazing. When are you most productive?
I think I'm an early bird, my morning hours, and my I am a huge fan and addicted to walking, walks. I think I'm the most productive and creative during that
Superb,
time.
superb. What would you change about yourself if given a chance?
Letting go after a certain point, yeah, that doesn't come very easy.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say to my younger self that, yeah, you were getting it right, because
Superb, amazing.
yeah, all work and no play makes Jack and Jill both dull
Right,
children.
right.
So, no, yeah.
So now we are out of the rapid fire round. And before we wind up this conversation, I want you to talk for our aspiring marketing professionals. So, what is your message for anybody who is aspiring to become a marketing professional?
Knowing your customer is pretty much the path to success, and the route to success is what I've always maintained. If you have the customer at the forefront of everything, um, you will slay it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. That's the only simplest advice that I would give. Watch your customer, look at people, be a people watcher, spend time observing, because that is going to give you the cues to how to market, what to do.
Yeah. So I think that was a great one, Aradhika, and a great conversation altogether. Uh, Throughout
Thank you.
the conversation, I have enjoyed a very different perspective we have brought through. So thank you for being here, and it was incredible talking to you today.
I had an amazing experience, and thank you for taking the time.
Super.
सो बिजनेस एंथुजियास्ट, आई होप कि आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया होगा, और अगर आपको ये वीडियो वैल्यूएबल लगा तो वी वुड ग्रेटली अप्रिशिएट योर सपोर्ट बाय लाइकिंग एंड शेयरिंग इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स, फैमिली एंड बिजनेस एंथुजियास्ट। पर उसके लिए आपको हमारा ये चैनल सब्सक्राइब करना होगा, एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द बेल आइकन सो दैट you get the notification on time. And that's all for today. I'm your host, Devleena Neogi, signing off until next time.